you didn't criticize an ancient philosopher until
Mhm.
you learned to understand what it was they were actually trying to say. So there
Mhm.
was a respect and appreciation for what you were engaging with, right? And you had the same thing in art, same thing in
Mhm.
architecture. It's amazing to me that we have this incredible capacity to engage in these ways with these subject matters, and when it
Mhm.
comes to apply it to human beings, it's like everything shuts off and we go into animal instinct or whatever it is we do.
Yeah, man, that's so true. It's kind of stunning. I have this feeling a lot like of meeting, like if I especially like, when we are in our undergraduate days and it met like our graduate school, all that stuff, like you're around people who are applying so much devotion and thoughtfulness to these subjects. Um, but you take that, they would stop, they wouldn't apply that same introspection and respect and seeking to their own lives, nor to the lives of others. This major disconnect, and it's not just a disconnect, but it's a tragic one, because if we gave each other that same respect that we can give subject matter like we do, whew, what a different place. And I don't know why we don't. It seems like such an easy, take that way of thinking and being and feeling and just simply apply it to the rest of your life. Why
Yeah.
do you save that kind of beautiful way of being for the classroom and keep it out of real life? I have no idea. Do you have any ideas of why the hell we do that?
I think that's a complicated question, probably beyond my. I mean, there's lots of reasons. One idea is just we don't. I think the way our consciousness forms, the way we're culturally raised, right? We're hard on
Mm-hmm.
ourselves. We
Mm-hmm.
don't think of ourselves in the same way as we think of other people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Maybe we're not aware. It's a lack of awareness that
Mm-hmm.
I'm trained to do this specific thing and learn this specific pattern here, but I don't know, maybe there's something in our brains, something in our consciousness, in our humanity, in our culture that
Mm-hmm.
just prevents us from applying it to ourselves. I mean, some people have clearly done it more than
Mm-hmm.
others. Some people do treat people with more of that curiosity, more of that openness of
Yeah.
wanting to engage with another person and understand them and learn
Mm-hmm.
from them and grow from it. So it's definitely
Mm-hmm.
possible, but
Mm-hmm.
I that's a huge question. I'm not sure.
I'm not either, brother. I mean, but I do think it does give us a little bit of a compass, like as a way that we might there's of seeking pre-existing ways of being, ways of thinking, and applying them more broadly. Like I do think that we're in a time of sort of like I'm not interested in no new stuff for a while. I'd love to see a moratorium on innovation for a while to force us all to actually work with what already exists. I think we get this momentum going and we are attracted to the next shiny object and we blow past all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So I almost long for a moratorium on innovation for, I don't know, a couple of years to force us to slow down, pay attention to what we already have, because what we already have is huge. I mean, just like on this note, I mean, we could, looking around for ways of thinking and feeling, well, we have them in all these beautiful classrooms. There's plenty to draw from. So I'm with you. There's something about momentum. There's something about context. Context switching. We need to make that a very conscious activity. Um, so the context of a classroom or a studies versus the rest of life. Um, so not getting hung up, or more realizing that we have some say over how we place the frame of reference, the field of view. We can change the context is another way of experience a thing, is playing with its context. So seeing even that as a creative pursuit. And then I guess the last little hunch here together would be, as social animals, the expectations, and it relates to context. So, but as social animals, the expectations in a social setting are different from a classroom. And I think if we just spent a moment there, we could open that up and make those switches conscious and blow it up a little bit. But anyway, I'm with you. I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly why it is the case. Why why human beings do really just about anything that we do.
Oh,
But boy, it seems awfully tantalizing to think that God, salvation is waiting for us with this stuff right in like under our noses. The things that we even already know, just need to apply them a little differently or more broadly or something like that.
absolutely. And I think the idea of time is the way we use it, how much of it we have. Obviously, we only have so much, but we're
Mhm,
always in a rush. It's more and more and more. It's go, go,
mhm,
go. So if we actually took the time, made the time, created the space to sit or socialize, engage in a community with of people,
mhm.
maybe that light bulb would come on.
Amen.
Yeah,
Amen. I wish we'd sort of like, yeah, I mean, we'll just repeat ourselves. Right. I mean, it's just like, it seems to be so much about paying attention. If we can find a way to pay attention, and that's at odds with the speed, as you just described, at which we're moving. It doesn't allow us to settle into things, and we just don't notice stuff. And that seems like a big shame, especially in the context of realizing, as you and I do, that we are mortal. We're not here forever. So, boy, we do squander a fair amount of time, though. Oof.
we do. We do. But
Mhm.
I think the other